Syrian rebels are advancing on the central city of Homs after taking control of the country's fourth largest city. It is a major blow to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and his Russian and Iranian allies. Now, there are indications that Israel could also intervene. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman joins us now from Tel Aviv inside Israel for more. Matt, what's the latest on the rebels' advance here in Syria, and how significant is this conflict given all the players involved?
A Lebanese analyst, Phil, put it this way. There was Vietnam in 1975, Afghanistan in 2021, and possibly Bashar al-Assad's regime in Syria in 2024. It appears that his regime is more frail, more fragile than it has ever been, and nobody expected these rebels to move this quickly. And mind you, he inherited this regime from his father, Hafez al-Assad, in 1970. So basically, it's been father and son since 1970, over 50 years, and it's very possible that it could fall. Russia doesn't have the strength that it had to help bolster the regime in the 2010s. Iran has been weakened by this long, basically year-long proxy fight with Israel. Its main proxy, Hezbollah, has been significantly weakened, and the assistance that Assad typically has to come to his aid to support him just isn't there right now. So the question is, what happens? How much farther can these rebels get? And at any point, can the Assad regime actually put a stop to it? And nobody knows right now. And what we're understanding from Israeli officials is that they're preparing their borders in case it gets much closer. And there may be some actions that Israel takes. I've heard from one senior Israeli official who told me that they might even try to help prop up the Syrian regime by offering or asking the U.S. to lift certain sanctions, just because the Assad regime is the devil they know, and nobody really knows what this HTS rebel group is going to do. It's still very much of a wild card at this point. But again, I think what people at home need to know is that this is probably one of the most complex theaters of war that we've seen in a long time. It involves Russia, Iran, Syria, Turkey, and Israel, all, and the U.S., of course, all in the same space. So definitely stay tuned to this one, Phil.
Right. And Matt, if that wasn't enough, meantime, we have a Hamas official saying ceasefire talks have resumed. And this comes as a prominent Israeli politician, more than one prominent Israeli politicians are speaking out, saying Israel's actions in Gaza constitute ethnic cleansing. Strong words. How are officials responding to that?
So the IDF and the government strongly deny it. They say it's not ethnic cleansing. They're still going after Hamas. But what these former generals and defense ministers are saying at this point is that what Israel is creating in Gaza are these military occupations. That much we can see. And that's what Israeli officials are telling us, that because there is no successor to Hamas, and until there is a successor to Hamas, they are going to control the territory. And basically, what they've done is carve out 3 security strips along the Gaza Strip, one in the south, one in the center, and one in the north. This 2-month-long siege already in the north of Gaza, where they've forced everybody to evacuate from that area, encircled it. They're trying to take out Hamas, they say, inside, but essentially they pushed everybody out and are not allowing them to go back in. The big question is, how long does this military presence, if you want to call it, in these strips inside Gaza last? And do they allow settlers to move in? At this point, Israel says no settlements in the Gaza Strip, but that remains to be seen, Phil.
Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman in Tel Aviv for us. Matt, thank you.